Have you ever stopped to wonder, what is this I that's thinking, feeling, and experiencing the world right now? Where does this inner voice, this sense of self, this consciousness actually come from? It's one of the biggest, most mind-bending questions humanity has ever asked. And today, we're diving deep into the mystery. For centuries, philosophers have wrestled with this. René Descartes famously said, I think, therefore I am suggesting that the very act of questioning our existence proves it. He proposed that the mind, this non-physical realm of consciousness, was separate from the physical body, a concept known as dualism. But if that's true, how does this non-physical mind interact with our physical brain? Where is the connection point? This puzzle, known as the mind-body problem, remains a huge challenge for dualism. So let's turn to science. Most neuroscientists today are materialists. They believe that consciousness isn't a separate ghostly thing, but an emergent property of the brain. Think of it like this. A single water molecule isn't wet, but get enough of them together, interacting in a certain way, and you get the property of wetness. Similarly, a single neuron isn't conscious, but billions of neurons, firing in complex, synchronized patterns, might just create the experience of being you. One of the leading scientific theories is the integrated information theory, or IA. Proposed by neuroscientist Giulio Tononi, IT suggests that consciousness is a measure of a system's ability to integrate information. The more complex and interconnected the network, the higher its level of consciousness. Your brain, with its roughly 86 billion neurons and trillions of connections, is the most complex information processing system we know of. According to IAT, this incredible complexity and integration is what generates your rich, subjective experience. The theory even provides a mathematical framework called phi to quantify consciousness. In theory, we could measure the phi of anything, from a human brain to a smartphone to a rock, to determine if it's conscious and to what degree. It's a fascinating idea that suggests consciousness might not be an all-or-nothing phenomenon, but a spectrum. Another compelling idea is the global workspace theory. Imagine your brain as a giant theater. Most of the activity, the backstage crew, the lighting technicians, the actors waiting in the wings, is unconscious. But when information becomes important enough, it's broadcast onto the main stage under the spotlight. This stage is the global workspace, and the information on it becomes available to all the different parts of your brain. This is what we experience as our conscious thoughts. So when you suddenly notice the feeling of your shirt on your skin, or remember you need to buy milk, that piece of information has been brought onto the stage of your conscious mind. This theory explains why we can only hold a few things in our conscious attention at once. The stage has limited capacity. It highlights the role of attention in shaping our conscious reality. But what if we're looking in the wrong place entirely? What if consciousness isn't generated by the brain, but is a fundamental property of the universe itself, like gravity or space? This is the core idea of Pence. It doesn't mean that your coffee mug is thinking about philosophy. Rather, it suggests that a very simple, rudimentary form of experience is present in all matter, even at the level of fundamental particles like electrons and quarks. And when these simple bits of matter combine to form complex systems like brains, they're tiny sparks of consciousness combined to form the rich, complex consciousness we experience. It's a radical idea, but it elegantly avoids the mind-body problem by suggesting mind has been part of the physical world all along. It asks us to reconsider what matter truly is. Then there are the quantum theories of consciousness. Perhaps this strange, probabilistic world of quantum mechanics holds the key. For instance, the orchestrated objective reduction, or ORCLR theory, proposed by Sir Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff, suggests that consciousness arises from quantum computations, happening inside tiny structures within our brains, neurons called According to this theory, these quantum processes collapse to create moments of conscious experience. This is one of the most controversial theories, as it pushes the boundaries of both neuroscience and physics, and we still lack concrete evidence. But it reminds us that at the most fundamental levels of reality, things are far weirder than they seem, and perhaps the secret to consciousness lies in that weirdness. So, where does that leave us? Is consciousness a divine spark, a complex computation, a universal property, or a quantum quirk? The honest answer is, we don't know for sure. Each of these theories offers a different lens through which to view this profound mystery. It's a puzzle that brings together physicists, neurobiologists, philosophers, and computer scientists. What we do know is that our brain is the physical correlate of our conscious experience. When the brain changes, our consciousness changes. And as we continue to map its intricate pathways and understand its complex signaling, we get closer to understanding the masterpiece it creates, our own subjective reality. The quest to understand consciousness is ultimately a quest to understand ourselves at the deepest possible level. It's the ultimate frontier of scientific and philosophical exploration. What do you think? Is consciousness something we create or something we are a part of? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a conversation worth having. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the mind. If you enjoyed this exploration and want to dive into more big questions, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Until next time, stay curious.